What's up, everybody? Today I'm gonna be teaching you how to be more outgoing with people around you, how to be more confident about yourself, and how to overall, get to know people around you. The first step, sometimes I really like to be outgoing. Sometimes um, I like to talk to new people around me. I used to be really shy at first when I was like younger. I used to like be scared of other people and not know how to start a conversation. Now sometimes, I get over excited with the things I have to say and other things, stuff like that. Um, so first of all, what you have to do first is just put yourself out there, man. Like when I transferred, I have this story. I transferred to a new school, my junior year. I was, kind of a loser. I didn't have too many people to talk to, right? I didn't know who to talk to. I was scared. I was like, it's a new school, a new environment. But something that I felt that really pushed me and kind of helped me, now that I'm my second year, is just be confident about yourself, bro. Like you got this. You know, you're cool, bro. You got this. You're the man or you're the lady. Whatever you are, you're able to do it because you can. Like nobody is putting the limit except yourself. Try to be outgoing. Try to talk to people, but don't overdo it. Some people, like if you see that it's not happening, there's no reaction going on at all. Then it's best if you just screw it. You win some, you lose some. But you just have to be charismatic with people. A lot of the times, you have to let them win. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, you're in charge of the situation, but you have to let them think you're in charge. Wait, no, 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 no. Reword. Fuck. We're gonna cut that. So basically, you're in charge of the situation, but you have to let them think they're in charge of that situation. So you see, I don't know if I word myself correctly, but you have to let them think they're controlling the conversation. They know what they're doing. When in reality, you know what you're talking about. You're getting into them, and you're knowing what, how to get to them and get to know them a little better. These ways you can get people for connections, right? You should start the LinkedIn, and it's how you get connections. But all seriousness, though, like you just have to put yourself out there. You can't be shy. You can't hide yourself in the corner. You can't do like nothing about it. If you know you're like a shy, kind of timid person, you can't just keep doing that. It's understandable if you are and you want to keep to yourself, but it's better to like get to know people, get to know your surroundings a little more. Try to let the person who you're trying to talk to try to relate to them. That's how you get to know people a little more, and that's pretty good. Another thing, you just have to be confident about yourself. You can't be like, "Ooh, I'm scared, I'm shy." Bro, cut that out. You just have to like let people know, you know what? I'm scared, but I'm gonna wing it. I'm a ball. Freak it, we ball, bro. You just have to let people know, like, hey, we got this, bro. Like, I'll let you control the situation, but in reality, I'm controlling it. Type. Anyway, um, all right. Another thing you could do to start a conversation with someone, so, you can get out of that little awkward silence mode. If there's a situation going on, let's say, I don't know, like a tree is getting cut down, all right? You could be like, oh, like be like someone be like, oh, damn, that tree, it's a pretty big tree. They're like, yeah, yeah, like just try to keep the conversation going. Never try to end the conversation unless it's like a really bad situation. But like, try to keep the conversation again with the tree. Like, oh wow, that tree, it's been there since I was here. I'm like, oh bro, like kind of sucks. That tree was nice, provided shade and stuff. But like, that's like something you could say. Or like, oh bro, that tree, wow, like that used to be the tree. Something like that, bro. Like it can be like something simple. And then if it's getting kind of awkward, just be like, all right, so what's your name, bro, or something like that. Like, I don't know. That's what I really do. I usually do that. Um, I don't know. You could take me serious if you want. You don't really have to. But yeah. All right. Let's say you kind of are familiar with this situation. All right. Like you're in a situation where you know where you're at. And someone that's unexpected comes. Put yourself out there, bro. Include that person. Like, it can be kind of weird. It can be kind of awkward depending on how the person is willing to do. But like, try to do that, bro. Like, it really helps out. Um, I had a situation. Some people know about it. Um, it was a foreign student who came to visit our school, right? And you know, we had to present him to our classroom. I wasn't really nervous, like I thought like, he's having a pretty good attitude, and I was able to use that as my advantage to get to know that person and have a fun, better time with them. And he ended up becoming friends with a lot of people that I know. And I was really happy for that guy because he ended up having a great time, and that's what I really mainly approached. But that's the main situation. I'm sorry about the background noise. I don't have a penthouse in Miami yet. All right, but it's coming soon. But yeah, try to put yourself out there. Don't exclude other people. If it's getting uncontrollably, try. But if it's not possible, then don't. There's situations where you win, situations where you lose. You're not gonna win all of them. Some people are just gonna not let themselves talk to other people. But just try to put yourself out there. Don't be shy. Step out of your comfort zone. And it's very like cliche, people saying step out of your comfort zone, and I understand. People, but it's the truth. You have to like let go for a second. You have to be like, you know what? Frick it, bro. I only live once. Or like, just you can't be like super awkward about it either. You can't be like, you can't say some dumb stuff. You can't be like, oh, like something I did something with blah blah blah. Try not to offend anyone either, because if it's your first time and you're already offending them, you already messed up hard, and you kind of screwed, and it's harder to go on from there. But try to stay on their good side. Relate to that person, mainly what I'm trying to say. Let them think they're controlling the situation when you rally you are. All right, that's about it. This is a pretty long video. I don't know if you're gonna take me serious or not. It's pretty funny. I thought it was funny. I had nothing else to do. I'm doing nothing right now. And it's just a little advice. Keep it. Later, alligator.